I'm going to go through here how to remove our side flipper. You'll have to get 1 1/8" socket and an 1 1/8" wrench. The first thing that you should do is pin this up, because when you unbolt it, if it falls or pivots down in between here, it could be pretty serious. So use caution when working with this. It is heavy. There's no springs on this. It just uses its mass to float and follow the ground. So it is heavy. Grab here, I've got an impact. You could use a ratchet to do this, but for simplicity, I've got an impact. Remove the nut. Now is when I'd remove this pin. There we go. And repeat on the other side, going through the same process. Take the nut loose. We'll remove the side flipper. This is heavy. The reason for that, we use the mass of it to keep the thing down and engaged rather than any springs. If you remove the end flippers from the snowblower, I'll go through kind of the explanation of the parts that go into the pivot area. We do not have a greasable joint here. We use UHMW as a bearing surface, but I do put grease on the part to assemble it. I rub some grease on it. It acts like an adhesive to hold these shims in place, or you'll struggle with them. They'll be falling down as you're trying to install it. This is the actual pivot bushing that slides through both parts. So now you can see you want those washers to stay over the top of that bushing. So then the next thing is you take, there's a large outside washer to help hold the flipper on. You insert the bolt through that washer, insert that through the bushing, and then you can see I'll pivot it around. There is a UHMW washer on this side also. Then I put, this is a spacer that keeps the flipper from rubbing on the edge of the blower. Then I slide that on. Now it's ready to insert. You just want to make sure that these UHMW washers are sitting up on top of the pivot bushing, which the grease helps that for sure happen. Then I hold my hand on it, bring it up to the hole, insert it in. Now this seems pretty straightforward. I'll move this toolbox. When I put this nut on, if I start tightening it, there's a stopper back here that thing could swing down. It's like a big guillotine. So what I like to do is we have these pins. They are supplied when you get the blower. You might have taken them out. You should right away to use the blower so the flippers work. But this is in the up and lock position. If you didn't want to use the flipper, this is where you would insert the key. But I'm doing that is so the thing doesn't fall down and smack me in the leg or get my fingers. So then I proceed to tighten the fastener. Here it takes an 1.5" socket and an 1.5" wrench. And once it's inserted, you can see you got to check that the flipper moves up and down properly, and you know that the shims are correct.